opportunity to parse through,
Yeah.
What we would.
Sure.
But
So-
also, Your Honor, based on the information that they introduced yesterday, the state has already established that she is knowledge. And it goes back to my point. What is the actual purpose of this outside of attempting to paint her in a particular manner? And I don't believe it's relevant. I understand the court's ruling, but outside of it already being established, it becomes cumulative. It becomes confusing. These are more names of people that are not involved in this particular incident. And additionally, Your Honor, it's prejudicial. It's significantly prejudicial. And I will also add this. If knowledge of the gangs, because the way the state is painting it is though she has some kind of specialized knowledge of these, these incidents and these people. I don't expect objections when we question their witnesses about how common this information is, right? When we question them about the comments on, social media, the things that people seem to be aware of, the people that make videos and appear to have intimate knowledge about what's going on. If knowledge is, if they're painting her to have some sort of specialized knowledge, then I would expect there to be any sort of objections or limiting to us establishing this is actually not specialized knowledge. This is information that anybody in proximity or with a phone could get access to because everyone is talking about it everywhere.
Okay, well, that sounds like your cross or closing argument, right?
Maybe both.
Okay. Okay, so you do need, I want you, state, to attempt to redact this just to, like, pertinent parts. Like I can make out in here, for example, the conversation, because there is an actual, start talking about Julio Fulio and 6 Block and ATK and who's involved and who's not involved. And so that kind of thing is going to be more relevant than a lot of this other stuff that's almost, to me, indecipherable.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anyway, so try and pare it down, run it by the defense, and then see if you guys, I know you don't agree to this coming in, but just take a look at their redactions. And if you are going to argue for further redactions, or if you want stuff left in for the rule of completeness, then let them know as well. So I'd rather have them start being conservative with their redactions and go from there. Okay. Then.
And Laura, just to sort of add, again, there were 370,000 artifacts on this iPod device. I don't know if, the court, I don't know if this is something we need to address now, but I don't want this to continue to be an issue where we're continuing every time that Julio Fulio's name is mentioned that it's going to be admitted because my client, was in a conversation about it.
Well, let me put it this way. So as far as the exhibits for the state's case in chief, they've identified 75C3 and 75C10. So that's what we're discussing. So I don't know if the defendant testifies, if there's going to be something else that they're going to want to use to impeach her. I have no idea, but we're just talking about state's case in chief.
Correct. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Right?
Okay. Well, as far as I know, this is the only exhibits that they've produced to you that you're objecting to. It, not the only exhibits, but the two we're discussing. Okay, so then what is, so I'm going to overrule the objection to 75C3, but with the caveat, I want the state attempt to redact this to the truly pertinent portions of the message exchange.
And for the record, because I don't believe I said this, we also would object on the basis of hearsay.
Okay.
As it's related to the other person's
Right.
Statements, and based on what the state is saying, it appears as though they are attempting to elicit this for the truth of the matter, that she was aware of what was actually occurring and that what he's saying is actually true. So we object on that basis as well.
Well, I think they're attempting just to show what her knowledge is, not that any of this is factually accurate per se. It's certainly not grammatically accurate, I can tell you that.
Looking for your next rental? No matter what kind of rental you're looking for rent.com can help. Go to forrent.com today.
Your Honor, 75.
These are messages from 2023.
Oh, do you want to see? Sure.
or,
Is it maybe C1?
it's marked as C10.
It's C10. We already just,
Oh, yes, that's correct. It's
the only
just for
other
another
one we did
number.
was C2, which was yesterday, and the other one was C10.
Yes, the exhibit list lists the defendant's number and can also include the co-defendant's number, but the messages for C10 are those between this defendant and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance.
Okay, what's the objection?
Let me just confirm.
Do you want to see the exhibit?
Yes.
Sure.
What I have looks like it's C1.
Come on up.
Okay, now I got it. I'm looking at C1.
Okay. Sure, sure, sure.
I'll put both on the exhibit list just so it's clear for everyone.
I was locked out and couldn't get back in.
We did that on purpose.
Here you go.
Oh, okay. Is this it? Okay. Okay, the clerk. will do that. This is the,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yep, she is that.
Okay, so,
Judge, we object to all the same reasons.
okay. And what's the relevance of this?
Your Honor, as it relates to the messages in C10, the communications between these two devices are both, again, the same basis, the knowledge, but specifically in the instance of the April 10th of 2023 messages, the defendant's co-defendant, Mr. Chance, is referencing 23. That person will be one of the individuals that was shot and killed at the town center that was referenced and will be ultimately referenced by our gang units as well in this case. It again goes to her knowledge of not only her knowledge of those killings in the dispute, but the defendant's boyfriend, or Mr. Chance, the co-defendant, actually explaining to her what occurred there and why he will not return there, and essentially providing her with additional information about his problems with the other gang. Lastly, the first page, did you include this? How many pages does the court have?
2.
Pending inquiry? Okay, that's it. Those are the only ones now.
What's the TikTok hyperlink in here? What's that for? Do you know?
I do not, it would not reopen. The town center shooting that they're speaking about was the shooting in which 4 individuals were shot up, 3 of them died, 1 survived, that first music video was about. And again, that the When I See You music video by our victim was published regarding. Their photos are preserved in that music video. That was primarily what kicked off both sides.
Okay. I'll overrule the objection. All right, here you go. Okay,
Did I understand the defense to make an additional objection to 75C1?
I didn't hear it. I think when we first discussed this, we already discussed the 3 items. So on 75C1 is a text now chat dated June 17th of 2024.
Yes, and Your Honor, just to be clear, those are the 2 messages, the blue messages to,
Does the court have a copy of
I
that?
don't,
it's the 1 page, just 1 page. Okay, yes, I don't have an objection to that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
there you go. Okay. Okay, anything else we need to discuss before we break for the day? All right, so it looks like State, you might rest on Tuesday, maybe?
Judge, I'm Possibly. I know that Detective Ramos's examination is going to be rather lengthy, and I anticipate his cross will be as well.
Okay.
And so.
Okay. So you guys, whenever it is state rest, you all just need to be ready to go with if you've got any witnesses other than your client. Okay? So if you need Mr. Howard transported, you just need to make sure that you let me know so that way we can request him to be transported the day before.
But if they are going to conclude on Tuesday, which I don't know if that's.
Yeah,
but if
We
they
may
are,
go into Wednesday. I
That's
think
fine.
Ron Ramos is going to be pretty lengthy.
I guess I'm just trying to tell you guys, you need to be ready to roll into your case, assuming you're going to put one on. That's all I'm saying.
So yes, I'm trying to figure out the logistics. So if they're going to end Tuesday, then we would want Robert Howard Wednesday. If they're going to end Wednesday, I guess depending on the time,
Yeah.
And we would want Robert Howard Wednesday still, but it's going to follow Wednesday and Thursday.
All right. So it maybe sounds that most likely would be Wednesday for Mr. Howard. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
I think so, because we saw the medical examiner, the ballistic expert, and some witnesses from Jacksonville.
Sure. Okay. All right. So maybe possibly closings Thursday. Okay. Okay. So we'll see. Okay. All right. Very good. You guys enjoy your weekend too. All right. See you all Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Oh, the body.
If you live in a Florida zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance agent for 30 years, and what I'm about to tell you could save you up to 80% on your auto insurance. Here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. Florida drivers pay the most for car insurance out of any state in the country. We call drivers in this state gold tier clients, the ones we'd fight to keep because of inflated commissions. But here's the dirty secret. If you're in Florida, they won't let you know you can lower your rate now, and they're happy to keep overcharging you. My neighbor Jessica from Tampa, Perfect Record, was paying $180 a month for 15 years. I told her, try out my new website. She found the same coverage for $72. Saved 60% after filling out the form through my official website.
On this episode of I'm Not a Lawyer, but the debrief.
Now, if you're not ready, then go ahead and tell me you're not ready.
I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal